It's called the God-given right of freedom, right? No human being supposed to tell you can't even breathe freely. Fuck your mask. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might feel differently, but fuck your mask. I can't rhyme to you with a mask on. We can't eat food with a fucking mask on. We can't even see each other smile with a mask on. Damn, no. I come from a time where before I used to even want to holler at a chick, I used to have to do shit with my face to let her know that I'm into her. All of that energy gets blocked when your mask is on. Energy is important, and we are all conductors of fucking good energy.
Boom shakalaka, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters around the world. It is your boy Chris Shul, aka the Esoteric Noetic, aka the Chocolate Nubian Soul Brother from Ghana, West Africa, dropping the wisdomatic truth bombs here on my second channel, the Exoteric Noetic, as I received a strike on my main channel, the Esoteric Noetic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have received a strike, but that will not keep me down. In the words of the immortal Obi-Wan, strike me down and I shall become more
powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I will continue to disseminate the wisdomatic truth bombs regardless of how many times I am stricken down by these Orwellian overlords. I will stand on the river of truth, and when asked to move, ladies and gentlemen, I will say, "No! You move! I shall not move!"
You cannot pass! Get out!
I am a servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Arnor. The dark fire will not avail you, flame of Udun! Go back to the shadow. You shall not pass!
I feel like I'm Gandalf right now with my big staff. You shall not pass! Ladies and gentlemen, crazy times we're in. All right, so I want to talk about a billionaire, Clive Palmer. Now, I know a lot of the leftists think the millionaires and the billionaires, they're horrible people. They need to be taxed. They're evil. They're the 1%. But as I often like to say, we shouldn't generalize. You'll find there are people within all factions. Women, men, the black, the white community, the vegan, the vegetarian community, even the social justice community, even the anti-waxer community that truly want to make a positive change in the world and care about truth. Now, Clive Palmer has apparently received a lot of criticism for disseminating misinformation. And it's come to my surprise that a lot of people in this world do not like anti-waxers. Apparently, they're horrible people. And what's even more surprising is that a lot of people, like, I can't believe this is actually a thing. Like, are you ready for this? I know this is going to surprise a lot of you, but this actually surprises me. A lot of people actually believe that people should be forcibly boom shakalaked. The people shouldn't be able to leave this state, leave this country, unless, of course, they've received a boom shakalaka. And I want to say to all of you people that advocate for that, unequivocally, unassailably, you guys should be locked up for being naughty, naughty, naughty people. 50 years ago, this stuff wouldn't have been an issue. What you're advocating for is unassailably immoral. It violates the very letter of what it means to be a good human being, to be free. You're advocating for violence, and your justification for it, regardless of what you may think, is the same justification that all of the tyrants have used. Oh, look, man, I want to keep everyone safe. Oh, look, mate, I'm worried about my family, my friends. Doesn't justify you using force, whether it is the force of the government or your own force, to violate people's unalienable human rights. But this is where we're at. Anyway, Clive Palmer, someone that clearly believes in truth and clearly is not on board with the mainstream, has come out and done a letterbox drop. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Clive Palmer is an Australian mining mogul. He's a billionaire, but he's one of the good billionaires. Now, according to this article I came across, billionaire buffoon Clive Palmer is getting absolutely dunked on for distributing anti-vaxxer flyers that source fake stats on boom shakalaka deaths. Of course, they're fake. The dodgy pamphlets sporting stats that have already been debunked in order to convince people to distrust boom shakalaka 19 have been appearing in mailboxes across the nation. So the Australian government's Therapeutic Goods Administration report confirms 210 deaths and 24,000 adverse reactions after the COVID boom shakalations. There are over 5,000 deaths in the USA attributed to COVID boom shakalakas, including Pfizer. The Cook letter says. This is not what I say. This is what the letter says. Just want to be very clear about that, YouTube. While the TGA did confirm there were 210 deaths reported that happened after the person was boom shakalakaed, love this, it doesn't mean those were the cause of death. Sadly, about 160,000 people die in Australia every year, almost 3,000 each week, and therefore it is quite expected that there have been some deaths reported within days or a few weeks of boom shakalations. Of course, millions of people die all the time. Why is Clive Palmer spreading anti-vaxxer lies and nonsense around Melbourne's northern suburbs? I don't know. Why is he spreading this misinformation? Could it be, perhaps, just maybe, that he wants to waken people up to what's going on? I mean, that might be his intention. Of course, it's completely erroneous information. I want to be very clear about stating that all this information is misleading, because the reality is the boom shakalaka is absolutely safe. And repeat after me, your government loves you. Your government is trying to keep you and your family safe. And everything the government does is for your safety. Oh, people in Melbourne have borne the brunt of the pandemic in Australia, and we don't need Clive Palmer attacking us and denying Melburnians the chance to be safe. Someone says, oh, I gotta love that. It's interesting that we live in a world where if you show people statistical information that they don't like, you're denying me of my safety. Why are you trying to make me unsafe? Why are you putting this information out there that is misleading people? And look, here's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, information is information, right? It shouldn't be biased. I mean, science should not be biased. The truth should remain the truth, regardless of whether or not it is in line with the narrative or not the narrative. But for some reason, this is probably the only time in history where if you give people information that makes them uncomfortable about what is going on, well, you're accused of trying to make them unsafe. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about Clive Palmer. Is he a horrible billionaire? Well, in my opinion, regardless of the legitimacy of the information, actually, obviously the information is completely erroneous. It's horrible, horrible information. Should be, dealt with seriously. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, that there are people that are concerned about what is going on in this world right now, and concerned about the mainstream media, because the reality is, objectively, they have been wrong on many accounts in the past, in history, in regards to many different things that I should not need to mention. Cigarette smoking, asbestos. Of course, this time around, our government has evolved, and our government loves us and could never get any information wrong because they follow the science, and the science is always correct. The science has never been wrong in the past. As Fauci says, if you don't believe me, if you go against me, you go against the science, even if the science changes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like this video, subscribe, click on the bell, tell your friends, and follow us on Odyssey, Telegram, all of my channels, because we don't know how long I'm going to be continuing to upload on YouTube, even though I am obviously on team meh. Sometimes YouTube thinks I'm a black sheep. I think they're being racist, and they think that I am presenting information that is not in line with the narrative. But I want to assure you all, want to assure everyone watching this that I believe in the science. I believe in the governments. I believe, as I often say in my videos, I stand with Dan. I stand with Fauci, George Soros, Joe Cross Biden. And I'm quite frankly very upset with all the misinformation that has been spread by these anti-waxers. Until next time, this is your chocolate Nubian soul brother, the esoteric noetic, signing out. Chris Shule. Ow!
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community?
There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community?
There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.